Hi, Dr. Ruth Anderson here with Enlightened World Network. I cannot wait to tell you about this masterclass that we have going on tomorrow. It is with Michele Landers, and I'm just trying to find my Zoom page so I can actually see her face. Here we go. And let me share her with you. So Michelle's masterclass is called Understanding Your Numbers, Exploring Your Gifts, Passions, and Life Path. Now, Michele brings a beautiful combination of numerology and using her intuition. What she's going to be sharing with you tomorrow is about life paths. Now, Michele, what is a life path number anyway?
That's such an interesting question. I always think it's so easy. However, I realize that there are so many people that are not understanding numerology or what numbers mean. So your life path number is, you can say that's your soul's contract, your contract with the divine that you've made prior to this incarnation to learn certain lessons. And isn't that interesting? Because we did have a little short conversation about that. Learning lessons. It always seems like, oh gosh, do I really have to learn something? Well, since this is a spiritual classroom, right? This planet Earth, it's a where spiritual beings having a human experience, and your life path is a beautiful thing to know about your number, because each number will outline what your mission is in this life, what your purpose is in this life. It's like getting a communication with the divine. It's like getting a telephone call from them and them telling you, hey, this is what you're supposed to accomplish in this lifetime. This is your mission. This is probably your passion. Because most of the time I find that your life path just so beautifully resonates with what you really want to do. So even though there's lessons in it, there's gifts in your life path number as well. So that's kind of the short explanation. Does that make sense?
Well, it absolutely does. And I was just thinking, this is a free masterclass, which is so generous of you to give this as a gift. And I was thinking, there are folks that have spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on therapy to get this kind of question answered for them. And really all they needed was this free masterclass with you.
Well, okay, that's very generous of you. However, I will say this, which is true, because you know that I'm also a life coach. And on the occasion where people will allow me to, or they request or allow me to also do their numbers, it's unbelievable. It's actually really incredible how much it reveals about who they are, why they are, who they are, which takes many, 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 sometimes years for people to understand through traditional therapy or counseling. And I'm not saying that coaching or counseling and therapy isn't valuable. It's very valuable. But numerology can also give you a little bit of X-ray vision into the personality and into your mission and purpose in this life. And my question always is, who wouldn't want to know that? It just seems like it's such a valuable gift to know that information.
Right. And it's just done with your name at birth and your birth date.
Correct. Now, for tomorrow's masterclass, because we could spend a day, 2 days, 3 days a week talking about the numbers, but we're doing this in an hour. But it's going to be a lot of really good information. And we're going to focus on just what you mentioned, your life path number. So everybody in the class will get an opportunity to calculate their life path. And I will show them how to do that. It's very easy. And then we'll talk about each of the numbers, what you're here to accomplish. And also I'll give you a little hint into some of your challenges in life. And that, I think, is just as valuable, because, the question for a lot of people is often, especially when you get to, I guess, middle age, why is this happening to me again? That's the big question. What is going on? Am I attracting this? Am I a magnet? Yeah. Yeah. The answer is affirmative. Yes. But we also have the opportunity. With knowledge comes what? With knowledge comes power and the ability to change things. If we have, as I think it was Gandhi or Tara Singh said, if we have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, if we're open, then we can change our life in so many beautiful ways. So I'm really hoping that this class will give people just a glimpse of the power of numbers, but more importantly, the power in their life path and what they're here to accomplish. Now, I'm also going to add something else, a little bonus to it is I also thought I would mention that each of the numbers also has a tarot card correlate. And I thought I would give people that little information if they're interested too in each of the numbers. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun because I like things. Part of my life path, a number 3, is not only to share information, but to share it in a joyful way. So I always like to have fun. I think there's too much seriousness at times. We need to lighten up.
I love that. So if folks want to do this masterclass, there is a registration link, which is right along here with the description of this conversation we're having right here. And you can register there and you will receive the Zoom link. Now, worst case scenario, you don't get registered, you can still watch it. And that's by going on Facebook to EWN Enlightened Living. And this masterclass starts at 10 a.m. in the morning Eastern time. So just be lurking around Facebook on our site and you'll see, hopefully it go live, but be watching for it because we're going to get started right at 10 o'clock. If you're not in the Zoom room with us, you can still do every single thing that the folks in the Zoom room are doing. So please don't worry about that. Michele, anything else you want folks to know about joining us tomorrow morning?
I just want to mention a little bit more because it's so fascinating. It changed my life in a lot of ways, and I'm not going to talk about the whole story, but the snippet of the change that it created for me is it opened the door for a lot of other beautiful studies, because once I opened the door to the numbers, I also opened the door to spiritual studies and philosophies. It's much deeper. It's not just a cute little party game that people can play. Let me do your numbers. It's serious, but it's also beautiful and it's really enlightening. So it's meant a lot in my life, and I think that for others, they'd be amazed at what it can reveal about them. So I'm happy for people to join us on this free masterclass. I love to share the information, and I'll see everyone tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Great. I can't wait. I'm going to be there too. So we'll look forward to spending that time together with all of you. So you all have a good rest of the evening. Know that here at Enlightened World, we think the world of you. We're so glad you're with us, and we'll see you tomorrow. So thank you. Good night.
Good night.